So I walk past that family and the little boy, I don't know, how old would that boy be? Like 5 years old, maybe 6? He greets me with a stick and he says, look what I got, or whatever. It's pretty funny. I had my phone out, just like I was just carrying it, rather than put it in my pocket. To make it, I don't know, to make it look like I'm less threatening. I've got a phone, like I'm normal. And then I put it back after I, said hi and kept walking, right? We didn't stop. Just kind of, actually I did kind of stop in front of that kid. He stepped in front of me and stopped me. The mom was just laughing. We were all just kind of laughing. So I was like, hold on to that stick. He said, look at the stick I got. I was like, yeah, you better hold on to that. That's a good one. They were laughing, and then I was just holding my phone at my side. And then I put it in. And as I put it in, I'm thinking, do they notice that I don't have a phone protector on it? Which I never do. You can't see, but my iPhones, I've never had one of those, protect your phone if you drop it. Cases, those phone cases, never. Not once ever. I'm against them. That's my attitude towards it, right? Like that's how it's not just because I'm lazy. I absolutely don't ever want one. I hate them. I respect what they do. I just don't ever drop my phone. So I don't need one. And they're ugly. And they make a big thing in your pocket, a cell phone, a smartphone, bigger and clunkier. They're unaesthetic and they're annoying. I hate them. Plus they charge money for them. I'm not going to give you $20 or $50 for a good one. What's a good one? So I've never had one. I've only dropped I think I've had 5 smartphones, 4 or 5 smartphones. I'm like the iPhone 5S. I can't remember my first one. It was like 2010 or 11. And I've dropped each one of them, I think, maybe a total of 1 time each. Maybe not even for one of them. I'm making a brag. It's going to bite me in the ass, but I'm just trying to give you a rounded out picture of what's going on here. So yeah, they just kept going. So it was a good move to turn around. Now I can stop and continue talking. So yeah, I hate those carriers. Everybody uses them, and for good reason. Because if you do drop your phone, because guess what? You're not Evel Knievel Superman, which is true. I'm not a magical combination of Evel Knievel Stuntman and Superman. And in fact, I dropped this phone. It was the one time. I've had this one for over 4 years. This was the first time, maybe the second time I dropped it. The first real time, though. And it landed on its face. And it was not really a big drop. And absolutely having a phone protector would have protected my phone. And I got a hairline crack in the screen, behind the screen. I can't feel it. You can't even see it. But it's there. You can find it. And some dents in like 4 spots of the very outline. Like exactly what I deserve for being such a brag about it. But it is nevertheless the truth. I just don't drop my phone. I'm pretty careful about the way I move in space, I guess. I don't know. This one I was pulling out of my pocket, not super fast, and my thumb got hooked on something part of the pocket, and the phone just kept coming, and now I didn't have a grip on it, and I flew a little bit up and out of the pocket and flat on its face on the pavement. Well, I was picking up Chinese food like a month and a half ago or something. At first I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. Oh, it's got a bunch of little ridges now on each 3 out of 4 of the sides. It's like, oh, this materials are pretty soft. Cheap ass iPhones, right? They're trying to make things cheaper now for themselves, not for you. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that excursion. So I never use a protector. I'm proud of it. But everybody else on humanity uses one. And they never even think about it. It's nothing to be proud of. In fact, it's kind of weird that I have this attitude, right? How much of this weirdness shows to the mother's eyes as she sees me gripping or holding my iPhone with no protector on it. Who does that, she thinks? Because she's trying to protect her kid by smiling and laughing, and this guy's interacting with a 5-year-old who can't. It's all appropriate. It's just, you never know these days, right? And so she's laughing her way past the graveyard as she sees this psycho guy who doesn't have a protector on their phone. She's got to be thinking, something's weird about that guy. Something's weird about him. And she's right? Like, I'm the one making these weird videos that no one's watching, right? No one else is. Like, who does that? And, mothers will be mothers, as I could imagine. Anyway, I could only imagine, having never been a mother. Although to Peanut, but obviously a male mother of a cat. So that's 2 stages removed. Never gestated Peanut in my belly because I'm not a female, also not a cat. So it's not the same thing. I understand. But I can guess. I just, you're on alert. Do I come across as weird? Because when you see my cell phone, it's just a straight up cell phone like he just bought that today from the store, and his phone protector is in the mail from Amazon. It'll be there tomorrow. Possible. Or I'm not trying to make a statement with my phone per se. But it is a statement type of a statement, though, in a way. Like, it's a statement type of a behavior. But, like, it's not meant to be that, really. I've just come to that conclusion because I like to take pride in my ADHD idiosyncrasies. Because it probably has to do with a couple of things. Certainly the aesthetics. Does anybody make a case that looks better? I'm not saying these phones look great. But, they're simple glass rectangles. They're not unattractive. iPhones aren't unattractive. Is there a case that makes it more attractive that I could even afford and would want? I'm not looking for that. So maybe there is, but they're probably hundreds and hundreds of, like the Hermes. Did you get the Hermes case for $1,000, $1,200? $1,200. $1,000, $1,200 is what we say, because, what's an extra $200 on $1,000? $1,000's like a quarter for me. I'm so rich. $1,000, $200 or $1,200 for the Hermes soft bronze, they call it. Soft bronze protector case. I don't know how much it protects your phone, but it certainly does enhance its beauty and its value, or its cost anyway. I'm not sure about the value part. That's for you to decide. But the Hermes, did I say $1,200? No, what I meant was $10,200. Yeah, it's $10,000. Sorry, $1,000, $200. You've seen those on the streets. Everybody would have one of those. You tell me, you can get into Hermes for $1,200? You can get into that Hermes brand name for $1,200? Oh man. How many people would go into debt just to do that if they thought they could achieve that? No. It's $10,000 to get that. All right. Yeah, I don't have $10,000 for a smartphone protector, right? No. Who does? Yeah. That's why it's so valuable. That's why everybody wants one, because they want to be one of the who does. Who does have that kind of money to throw away? Wouldn't you like to have that kind of money? So even though I don't have that kind of money, I'm going to throw away. It's part of the laws of manifestation. You got to act like you have it. And so the universe gives it to you more, because you don't have any fear that throwing away your last $10,000 on a Hermes smartphone protector. Soft bronze, though. It's a nice one. It is pretty. It does make your phone look prettier. Is it worth your last $10,000? I don't know. You went ahead and did it. So I hope it's worth it to you. But the reason you did it is because the laws of manifestation suggest to you that, act like you've been there before. Like, I got the money. I don't need to worry about my money. And the universe sees that, and opportunities arise because you act like you believe that you have the monies. But I don't think that's smart, though. It's not about your actions. Your actions have to follow from your beliefs. That action followed from a false belief, so that's a false action. That's called a false transaction. It's a fat transaction is what it is. False alternative transaction. I don't know. I don't think it's a fat transaction. But it's a fall flatter. It's always going to fall flat. If you're working from your true beliefs, you can fake your beliefs and act from that, but that's going to be a fake action. And you're going to be out $10,000 and $200. You have that nice Hermes protector. Maybe you could sell it for a profit, and that would be wise investment. Is that likely? You better get on that. Or do you have to sell it for a loss because you were a fool? Because that's not how you manifest abundance, is by flauntatiously, throwing your monies away. No, instead you've got to already know in your head that you've got everything you need, that you're in abundance. You don't do that by acting out. You do that by believing it out. And then the actions follow. That's how it works. That's my newest refined understanding, though. It could be wrong. Don't trust me on that. I'm not saying don't trust me. What I'm saying is, I don't know. I might be wrong. I'm not trying to say that I know the answers. You could trust me at your own risk, I guess. I want you to trust me. I want to be trustworthy. But that's why I make the disclaimer that I don't really know this. I might speak like an authority, but only authority I am, and just barely that authority, is in my own life. I'm barely that, so I can't be an authority for you. Boy, the birds are going crazy right here. Those are all non-clown birds for sure. I can't even see them. They're invisible birds. That's right. The invisible birds. They're the loudest ones because they have no fear. Because nobody can see them. Nobody can see the invisible birds, so the birds can do whatever they want. You can't hunt them. You can't throw rocks at them. You can't even find them to look them in the eye and tell them to shut up. They're yapping because they're loud, but they're Tweety birds. They're very high pitched, so it's kind of pleasant. They're not squawkers like crows. If crows did this, we'd be having some pipe fights with some crows. We would be. I mean, I guess that sounds too brutal. It's a metaphor. I'd be having some words with them crows. They'll be barking like your loud bark, and you're invisible, and I can't even fight you about it. Like these little birds, I'll leave them alone. But they're the invisible birds, the loud, really loud tweeter, and they're still going. I don't know what they're doing up there at the top of this tree. I can't even see them because they're invisible, but they're also really small. It's absurd. What could they possibly be talking about? But it's not so bad because they're so small. I mean, they're invisible. That's how small they are. They're loud. They're incessant, really. Kind of like the old girl. My fridge never ceases. Never ceases to amaze. Never ceases to be on, really. Always on, that fridge. I've recorded songs of her. I'm going to be posting videos of it. I'm going to see if people like that frequency of my fridge. It might be a healing frequency. Why not? Who's to say? Right? Who's to say? Who's telling you that 1111 hertz is a healing frequency? How do they know that? You know it by the results. It's a placebo, like everything else in life, actually, is a placebo. Why not my old fridge? Why not that old girl's song? 100% why not? For sure. So as long as I can package it appropriately, and that's on me, or the universe through me, I might be able to get some views, finally, to my channel. Because I let the old girl who's been clamoring at me for weeks now, she's been getting louder. I even noticed it in like late January, early February. So she just got louder this week, I think. Can't remember when I made that video, but a long time ago now. And the reason now is because she's been trying to save my channel. She's saying, Deckard, I got the magical healing frequencies. You ever heard of pink noise, white noise? There's a thing called brown noise. Actually, it's true. She doesn't do brown noise, though. What she does is, I've named it antediluvian loam brown. That's the color brown noise that she makes. And she's been trying to tell me that it's a healing frequency. And if I build it, they will come. I finally realized that somehow. Through the fortuitousness of the laws of manifestation, I expect. Because I believe things are going to work out for me now. I don't know how they are. It's a mystery. This is the mystery of it. My old fridge, the old girl herself, is going to save my financial freedom. I'll probably get 15 million views on it. And they'll be just crying for more. I've got a 25-minute video. I've got a 71-minute video. It's really an audio, but it's a video too. There's just not much happening. And then I got a 2-hour, literally 120-minute straight. I missed her start by like 2 minutes. She went for 2 straight hours. The problem is didn't realize how much my voice would carry. I'm over on my computer watching things. I thought it may be a low enough volume, but that could be part of the magic. I don't know. She might disagree. At this point, she's been trying to tell me this for months. Deckard, you need views. I'm like, I know I need views. It's like, you need subscribers. Yes, I know I do. It's like, let me handle it. Let me hold my beer, she said. And now I heard her. And now what she's going to do is she's going to draw them in with her song. She's like an oracle of peace. For some people, I guess. I don't know, whoever likes that. I don't listen to those healing frequencies myself. That's not my thing. I tried it. It's fine. I didn't feel healed or... I just, okay, this Not what I was hoping, I guess. I don't know what I was hoping. Instant healing, I suppose. The difference between those healing frequency songs and the old girl song, there's a lot of differences, but the main fundamental difference is the variation, rhythm, and patterning of her song, and the drone-ish nature of the antediluvian lone brown noise itself, combined to make a hypnotic, oracular, soothing, peaceful vision of your future peace, which is also peaceful, your future peace. From a peace, it takes you to a place of peace in yourself, and then you just reside there. And then you see the world outside from your perspective also starts to get peacefuler. That's what she does. You don't think people would want that? Are you serious? Yeah, no, I never really thought about it before this, last few days, or even really right now. This is a pretty good articulation of it. It's like, how do I know? I mean, I'll know. I think I'm gonna do a 3-minute intro video. That's how I'm gonna introduce the old girl song and see if it gets any viewership from it. I'm gonna package it right. I'm not gonna clickbait it. Not in a lie. I'm not gonna make a lie about it. Right? But I'm gonna clickbait it. I'm gonna make it as attractive as I can. I'm gonna have a real simple, good, winning thumbnail that has nothing to do with Deckard or anything, maybe. I don't know. And a nice title that has something to do with healing frequencies and old refrigerators. And people aren't gonna know whether to take it serious or not. And so both people will come. People who think it's hilarious, they probably won't stay for 3 minutes. The people who come to the waters for the fount of youth, they'll stay for all 3 minutes, every time. And that's long enough. Once you listen for 3 minutes, you're gonna find your interest. You're gonna be wanting that 25-minute one, which I will post subsequently. Depending on how that does, we'll see. In the meantime, though, what I do need to do is continue to rack up recordings. I don't want to just splice out minutes from an existing recording already. I don't want to break up her 2 hour and splice it into like 10 minutes. I might have to do that. But in general, I'd rather just record for however long her song goes and just have there's another song, and I just list it by number and date. I don't know. I don't speak her Morse code. I mean, it took me this long to even realize what she was trying to tell me, right? So I'm not even an expert in my own fridge, the old girl, but she loves me and I love her. And that's all that really matters. So yeah, I'm not really a fridge whisperer. Never have been. Never even really thought about it. Not really interested in what she's saying, the words of it. I feel the spirit of it. I think I do. Not because I'm crazy, probably because I'm crazy, but also because I love that fridge. She's done me a great service for 15 years. And it turns out she's trying to even do me a greater one. Which, I mean, my goodness. She wants to get me into my monies. Yeah, who am I to judge the universe for that? I'm not. You know what that was? That was a big dump truck, like a full-on dump truck. Yep. Ones that go on the roads, not the ones that are only on the dirt. Those big orange ones. No, not one of those. It's just a regular road one, but a big regular one. I like dump trucks. Like a 7-year-old boy likes trucks. I like a dump truck. If I were to give you, I like cement mixers and dump trucks. Those are my favorite trucks. Do you have a favorite truck? Anyway, yeah, the old girl. If she wants to make me millions of views that can translate to thousands of dollars, yeah, I'm all for that. Sure. I never thought that could be possible, but what do I know, right? I barely even know myself. Certainly don't know my fridge. Definitely don't know the universe. But I like it. I like the universe. I like the sound of what's going on here. So, yeah. We're going to get back to work. All right.